Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today. I'm William DeBorowitz, Business Development Lead here at Exclusive Networks North America. Thank you for joining our joint Exclusive Networks and Fortinet New Partner Acceleration webinar. We are very lucky to be joined here today by Fortinet's very own Greg Pickering. He's one of the channel account managers at Fortinet. Today, we will be giving you an overview of some of the programs you will need to become enabled and show you how to utilize the resources that Exclusive Networks and Fortinet both have available to assist the partner community. Next. Exclusive Networks geographic expansion has been a combination of organic growth and strategic acquisitions. We primarily began an EMEA only company back in, well, we were primarily a business EMEA only in 2014, and then we expanded into Australia, New Zealand, and Asia from 2014 through 2016. And in 2017, we established a major US presence. Our strategy has been to continue to introduce disruptive technologies and to do that across an expanded geographic and service footprint. This slide represents just a few of Exclusive Network's key differentiators as we actively challenge traditional distribution and are constantly redefining the meaning of true value add. One of Exclusive Network's key contributors to the industry is that we only specialize in cybersecurity and the cloud, maintaining specialization with a narrow set of best of breed vendors, which can be integrated to enhance security and provide improved joint solution business outcomes. In this way, Exclusive Networks assist the channel community with vendor specific as well as generic training, sales, design, implementation, pre-staging, and of course, supply chain logistics, both domestically and globally, filling in the gaps, helping many different types of partners to supply and deliver relevant multi-vendor solutions to their end customers. Next. A key driver in the market is the value gap in cybersecurity. From the increased complexity of threats and attacks and the intensity of compliance, to the diversity of deployed security products and technologies, the needs are rising. And yet there is a large and widening shortfall in qualified people and resources. Exclusive Networks exist to fill that void. This slide illustrates how different we are in terms of the skills and capabilities available. In cyber, we have many more qualified people than anyone else in the industry. Exclusive Networks US is the proud host of an extremely comprehensive lab, fully functioning with all the vendors in our line card, which we make available to all of our partners. Exclusive Networks is your one-stop shop technology partner, and we are here to help you. Our global offerings provide you with a personalized a la carte services experience. Our comprehensive and complete service portfolio allows us to tailor requirements to partner and customer needs as the situation calls for. We provide a rounded contextual approach, which is all engineer led. Our global Run with the Sun 24/7 TAC team provides support around the clock. We have flexible access to our services is proving critically important to partners in the skill shortage. We have left the old school dropship broadline distribution paradigm behind. Our offering is helping many different types of partners to scale. As previously mentioned, we exist to fill the gap in the skill shortage. Highlighted in this slide are a couple of the ways we can help you scale and grow effectively by sitting on your bench. We are 100% channel, and our pre-staging and services team, both domestic and global, exists solely so our partners can leverage them exactly when they need them. You never need to feel daunted by the size of a project. We are here to help you deliver so you can feel confident in any situation. We are your true technology partner. Exclusive networks have partnered with Fortinet in order to provide a competitive as a service offering. This vehicle allows you to develop service creation and makes you stickier with your customer. It transforms what was traditionally a one and done transaction into a profitable monthly recurring services model and creates customer dependency. When your customer needs a new access point, a bigger firewall, or even adding endpoint protection into their network, you will automatically become their trusted advisor because they have a regular relationship with you. Many partners have already identified that customers are moving to a monthly consumption model. However, standing up a program to offer this independently is extremely costly and ties up cash flow. We offer this in order to make it accessible to all partners transforming their business. Profitability for partners in month one, availability even for assets within your own network. Take the pressure off buying a FortiManager or a FortiAnalyzer by buying them for yourself as you scale and grow, leveraging the hardware as a service program and spread out the payments. This is not just for the hardware. The majority of the Fortinet portfolio is available in this program. Virtual appliances and licenses are also available. Next. In addition to the Fortinet hardware as a service program, exclusive networks can assist our partners with many different alternative financial solutions should they require flexibility. Be it ramped installments, even installments, or a deferral, we can provide you with a variety of different options to help you close business. Should you ever need options such as these, please reach out directly to us and we can work with you on this. And just to note, these options are available to any of our partners for any solutions they are working on, not just the vendors on our line card. The Fortinet NFR program provides partners with the opportunity to procure assets for their own internal use at a greatly incentivized price. The units all come preloaded with the full suite of FortiGuard licenses and 1 year support included as a standard. Having the ability to procure these units is fundamental for hands-on experience in NSE exam preparation. This will not only allow your engineers to gain familiarity with the Fortinet technology and expand their skills, it will also be an extremely valuable asset when working with your customers. You can not only demonstrate these with your customers, you can also leverage these for the CTAP, Fortinet's Cyber Threat Assessment Program. The CTAP program is a key differentiator when talking to your customers, and by leading with an in-depth, comprehensive assessment, combined with the ability to present a full report to your customers, automatically elevates your status to be a trusted advisor. This program is proven to help you build your pipeline and break into net new customers. And Fortinet have a whole host of ready-made, co-brandable campaigns available in the partner portal for you to leverage immediately. In this way, too, you can also earn rewards in the FortiRewards portal, something that Greg is going to provide us with more insight on here shortly. So it's imperative that you register for the FortiRewards as soon as you can to start accumulating these rewards. We can help you get started with CTAP. We have a fully accredited NSE 7 engineer on staff for our CTAP program to help partners get familiarized and utilize the assessment program. Exclusive Networks is 100% lockstep with Fortinet. We are a true extension of their team in every way. As mentioned earlier, we are very lucky to be joined here today by Greg Pickering, Channel Account Manager at Fortinet, who will be giving us insight and a walkthrough of all of the areas of the Fortinet partner portals that will be fundamental to your business, and also sharing with us the importance of deal registration, NSE accreditation, the CTAP portal, and FortiRewards. At this point, I'll turn the table over to Greg.
There we go. All right. Thank you very much. And hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join this call today. As said, my name is Greg Pickering, and I'm part of the channel organization here at Fortinet. My role and that of my peers is to essentially be your primary point of contact for all things that are Fortinet related, whether that's related to an opportunity, product inquiries, marketing assistance, whatever it is. My team's here to kind of help navigate the muddy waters. So everyone that is a partner with Fortinet should have their own or will have their own assigned account manager as a partner. Now I'm going to show you where you can find who that person is for everybody that's on the call. Now, again, hopefully you can see my screen. If not, this is going to be a very weird demonstration for you. But if you're seeing the screen, you're seeing the landing page for the Fortinet Partner Portal. If you currently do not have access to the Partner Portal here, you'll want to send an email at the conclusion of this call to either your team at Exclusive or to the partners alias here at Fortinet, and we'll help you gain access. So the Partner Portal is basically your gateway to about 90% of all the answers that you have. I'm going to do my best to show you some of the high-level things today. However, there's so much information on here, I can't show it all to you. I've done these calls, and they've lasted an hour, hour and a half, and I still haven't shown everything. So it's very important that everybody just gets in here and kind of clicks around, plays around, and see what you can find. There's a ton of information on here, as I said. So because of that, it's also pretty easy to get lost in here. Don't worry about all of that. At the end of the day, if you're looking for something and you can't find it, whether it's through Google or in the portal itself, reach out to your Exclusive team, reach out to me and my team, and we're here to help you out. Now, how do you find your specific account manager? All right, so on the Partner Portal, when you're logged in up here, this is under a demo account, okay? But when you're logged in, you'll see your name up here, okay? I'm not Tom, obviously. But when you get up here and you hover over Tom, you're going to see a drop down of My Profile, Account Profile, and Logout, okay? Now, the Account Profile section is where you want to go to find who your account manager is, plus a little bit more information. Now, this section will look slightly different for each user depending on their account status and access rights, okay? So primarily a primary account holder who we consider to be the main contact for the partner in Fortinet will have management rights over the team itself. So this will look a little bit different, whereas a standard user is going to have primarily like a read-only access, okay? If you have any questions about those roles and those rights and you want to make sure you're the right person in charge or whatever the case may be, again, reach out. We'll be happy to clear up that for you. Now, on the account profile page, you scroll down a little bit, okay, and you see the center information here, which is basically the partner account information that we have on file. It'll say the line of business that you are, reseller or MSSP or cloud-based, things like that, your level of engagement or your partner level, your business model, your current specializations that you can have as a company. And then the final line is what we talked about before, okay, your channel account manager. And it'll tell you the name of the person. Now, if you don't have that person's contact information, it's okay. Don't freak out. You can reach out again to Exclusive and say, hey, can you put me in contact with so-and-so? Or you can reach out to our partners alias, and they'll do the same thing. The partners alias is pretty straightforward. It's partners@fortinet.com. And you can just say simply, I need to speak with so-and-so, or just ask your question, and they'll always route you and get you the answers that you're looking for. Now, again, it's going to look a little bit different for everybody, but as a primary person, you're going to see here FortiRewards participation preferences, managing your team members, NSC certifications, things like that. If you're the primary account holder and you haven't done so yet, I cannot overemphasize, as they've mentioned previously, opting in on the FortiRewards. We do not, post credit anything for FortiRewards, so it's imperative that we sign up for the FortiRewards, both as a company and individually as soon as possible, because we don't want to leave any free money on the table, okay? All right, so you just click here. There's an FAQ as well in there and things like that, so, All right, so let's head back to the main page, the landing page. And Not sure if you saw it on your end, but no matter where you are in a partner portal, if you need to get back to your home base, so to speak, just click Fortinet Partner Portal up here in the top left, and it'll take you right back to your main page here, okay? Now, across the top of the page, again, you'll see your name, the drop-down menu. You'll see a Getting Started with Fortinet option here that we'll talk about in a little bit. You see your support options, Contact Us, events, and so on. The Contact Us is literally the partners@fortinet.com email that I previously mentioned. The support portal is a couple of things. As you can see, it's an FAQ and it's a direct login to the support portal. Support portal itself is where you're going to go to manage devices that are connected to your account, okay? You're going to look at firmware images, product life cycles, opening technical tickets, whatever the question is. If you've never had access into the support portal, especially as a partner, again, click on the FAQ. It's not a PDF you download. It's this right here, okay? It's a very large support site that will go into detail about how to log in, what can you do while you're in there, things of that nature. So make sure that if you haven't done the support portal, click on this, take a look. The support portal is its own monster, I guess you can call it. It's its own section of Fortinet. So if you need help with the support portal, we can help you with that in a secondary type one-on-one instance. Customer service here at Fortinet can help you as well. Just, again, reach out to myself, my team, exclusive, and just let us know what your questions are, and we'll go from there. Excuse me. All right. Now, heading back to the main landing page, you are going to see across the middle here some hot links, some quick links, okay? We're going to start on the far right, which is our deal registration link right here. When you click it, it opens up a secondary window that looks like this, okay? Now, a little bit about our deal registration program itself. Our deal reg program allows you to apply for deal protection on any opportunity over 5K in MSRP value. Now, you can't see me, but I'm throwing up the infamous air quotes around the 5K valuation, right? Our threshold technically for a guarantee of approval is 5K MSRP, right? But we approve deals very often that are below the 5K threshold as well, okay? So my advice is this. If you have a deal that is over at least 1K in MSRP, apply for deal registration. It may get denied due to not meeting some threshold, but if it does, you've lost nothing and you've actually still gained a slight advantage, and I'll kind of go into that in a little bit, all right? But if it gets approved, you've made a huge gain, okay, because that approval is going to guarantee that nobody else is going to get a deal registration. Only one partner is eligible for it, and that deal registration guarantees you a 45% discount off of MSRP, okay? Nobody else is going to get discounting. That's significant, all right? So you want deal registration when you can. Now, applying for a deal registration is super easy and fast as well, okay? As you see right here, there's a little Register New Opportunity button. Click it. It'll pull up the screen to enter your deal registration. This is pretty much all plug and play. It only takes about 5 minutes. Anything that has an asterisk by it needs to have information in there, okay? The end user contact information, this is important. The end user cannot be you as a partner, okay? It has to be a sell-through event. It has to be a sell-through opportunity. If you are an MSP and you are buying gear to host it and retain title yourself for your customer, deal registration is not for you, okay? Now, that doesn't mean you're not eligible for discounts. There's other ways to go about it, all right? If you're an MSP and you're working an opportunity, the first thing that you should be doing is reaching out to your channel account manager about the opportunity itself, okay? It's important that you loop us in as early as possible, all right? And we can then take the appropriate steps to make sure that you're getting the best pricing available to you, okay? Now, for everybody else who's doing a standard sell and everything else, deal registration is where you want to be, all right? Start entering in all the information and scroll down, enter in the company information, so on and so forth. Right here, you're going to see estimated value. Deals under 5K are not eligible. Air quotes. Just remember, we're selecting 5 to 9999 because everything deserves HA and everything deserves multi-year, and we're going to get there collectively. Hint, hint, hint. Above 1K MSRP, enter in a deal registration. Description, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. The description is literally talking about the opportunity itself, okay? Anything important about the opportunity should go in there, okay? Is it a 12-device competitive displacement? Well, then put that in there, okay? Who are we going up against? Do you have a potential bill of materials? List that in there as well, okay? Anything that you find helpful, go ahead and toss it on in there. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there is an attachment section. It's not required, but in case you have anything that you feel needs to be referenced, like a network diagram or whatever the case may be, that's where you're going to attach it. Now, right below that, you'll see that there's a notes section. It's a bit redundant to the description section, but what you want to do is anything that's not necessarily specific to that one individual opportunity, but to the overall big picture, you want to list it in here, okay? This opportunity may take 6 months, not 3 months. This is phase 1 of 3 phases on a rip and replace across multiple sites, blah, blah, blah. Just toss it in there, okay? Put in anything that you feel might be relevant, okay? Again, sort of redundant to the description section. If you put everything in the description section and nothing in the notes section, that's fine. It's fine. So you click confirm, that you read everything. You can review the terms if you need to. I suggest doing it at least your first time, and then you hit submit. Once you hit submit, you jump back out here to the main screen. Now you have multiple sections here on the main screen. Okay, once you submit your deal registration, you'll see it under pending approval. Okay, there's nothing here right now, but that's where it would show up. You have an approved open opportunity registration. That means we've approved your deal registration. You have deal registration. You just haven't sold the gear quite yet. And as you can see, there's lots of information in here. You have closed one, which means it was an approved deal registration, and you closed the business and you made some money. You have closed loss, which means it was approved, but you didn't sell anything, and we lost out on that opportunity. And then the final one is denied opportunities. Now, the denied section is a big one. Okay, if you if you apply for deal registration and it gets denied for whatever the reason, it gets denied. It goes straight to this section. Okay, so scroll straight down and see it. Once we get done trying to figure out why it's denied, I'll tell you what we do. So each one is a hyperlink, as you can see here, okay? So if you jump into the deal opportunity that you put in that was denied and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there should be notes in here entered onto why it was denied. There's a drop-down menu here that may or may not be populated. If it's populated, it might say other reason. Whatever the case, there should also be notes as to why it was denied. Another partner already has deal registration. It doesn't meet the 5K threshold, as we mentioned. Whatever the case may be, it's been denied. Take note of the reason of why it's been denied, but don't give up. Simple as that. Do not give up. Head back out to the main screen. Okay? As you can see here, Fortinet contact emails. And this is true across all sections. If you put one in and it's pending approval and you want to know what's taking so long, there will be an email here. You email them and say, hey, I put in for this deal registration, just want to know the status. But more importantly, if it's denied and you want to reach out to the person and say, hey, why was this denied? Or, I see that it was denied for reason X, but I still want to be, competitive here. Is there anything that can be done? This is who you want to email. So you would email this person and say, hey, I saw that you denied it because it didn't meet the 5K threshold. I'm only at 3K. I still want to be competitive on this. Is there any kind of discounting that you can offer? Whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, the account manager you're reaching out to and emailing may say no. Okay, well, you're still out nothing. You're just at square one. But at the other side of it, they may say yes. So this is a process that you should definitely always go through and see it through all the way to the end, including email them and just ask, hey, is there anything that we can do here? Sometimes you're going to get a yes and you're going to get a leg up on it. Okay. Now, the final note on our deal registration process is that our deal registrations are approved basically on two things. Okay. The opportunity threshold amount, which we kind of discussed. Okay. And the other one is who applied for deal registration first. Okay. So my advice when it comes to deal registration, all right, is if you even have the slightest hint that there's an opportunity that may qualify for deal registration, apply for it. Okay. There are very specific large partners that work with us that if a mosquito whispers in their ear by flying by about an opportunity, that deal registration's in before the mosquitoes landed. Okay? Do not hesitate. Do not say, oh, I can take care of it on Monday. I can hit it in the morning, because whoever applies first, 90% of the time, is granted deal registration. There's a few other factors there in play, that you've worked with the account manager and you have a history with that end user, things like that. But 90% of the time, he who applies first wins. So don't apply on a Monday while another partner's applying on Friday, because now you're playing from behind. So let's not do that. Don't take the chances, basically. All right, back to the landing page. We'll come back here a lot. So now across the middle here, you'll see some additional links. CTAP. I cannot overemphasize the importance of CTAP. Now, they're going to go into CTAP in a secondary meeting, so I don't want to deep dive on this. However, we definitely could, because our CTAP program is incredibly, incredibly impactful, okay? So while I'm not going to deep dive on this, if you have questions around this that aren't answered, in the near future, please reach out to Exclusive. Reach out to your channel account manager and just say, hey, I need a deep dive on this. The CTAP program has an 82% new business close rate, okay? You do a CTAP, 82% of the time, you're going to close new business. That's not something to be ignored, okay? Now, support. The support link here is the same as the support link up there. Don't really need to talk about that. Price list. You click it, it takes you to the most current price list. Download it and make sure you always have the most recent price list. We do not guarantee your price based on old price list estimates. We're reasonable, but if you come to us and say, hey, I have this price list from Q1, we can't help you, okay? We update our price list twice a quarter. We have a standard quarterly one and then a mid-quarter price list. Please, please, please make sure you're working from the most recent price list. The price list is going to look massive and confusing. I assure you it's not. There's a link in here that you can use to tell you how to read a price list, but more importantly is, again, Exclusive can help you with that. You can reach out to your CAM. It's about a 10-minute overview of how to go through the price list and understand it. And once you figure out the little nuances of it, it'll never leave you. It'll be easy from that point on, okay? All right. Here you see that this is an NSC training link. The NSC training link here takes you directly into our NSC Institute. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit, but we're not going to go into that right now. Okay. Now, the renewal assets link, this is basically if you have a list of serial numbers and you need to do a query against it to see where it is on a service level. Are they expired? What do they have? When do they expire? Whatever the case may be. I'm not going to deep dive on that because this information is also found inside the support portal, or most partners handle this internally in their own way, whatever makes most sense to them. Since they're working with multiple vendors, they may have different systems, different prices, or different spreadsheets, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to deep dive. Just know that's what the renewal asset tool is for. All right? Again, any more questions, please just reach out, let us know. All right. So as I mentioned, I want to show you a little bit more than just the NSC training link. So at the top here, you'll see lots of drop-down menus, okay? They're all valid. They're all something that we should all be looking at. I'm just going to go over a couple really fast. Primarily, I'm going to start with training. If you hover over training, you see everything drop down, and it has the overall overview of training, okay? If you click it, you go straight to our overview of all the training programs together. Within each one, there's more. NSC Institute, 40-minute webinars, Fast Track webinars, NSC Insider, and then NSC training in itself. Okay. Each one of these are valid, and each one of these should have lots of time spent there. Okay. So let's first start with the 40 minutes to grow your business. Okay. These are webinars that Fortinet holds, and the idea and the concept of it is to essentially expand your business footprint and take market share. Okay. Come in here and take a look around, right? We list what's coming up next, okay, right in here, as well as down here. And if you can't make it or you don't find that it's relevant to you, take a look at some of the on-demand stuff, okay? These are the ones that were the most impactful, the most important at the time, whatever the case may be, okay? Take a look. They're on demand. They're important. it's very important that you spend time here, okay? We know the difference between a partner that comes in here and does these trainings and doesn't do them, okay? We can actually see the difference in the partner's execution and how they grow, okay? So it's important that we come in here and spend time. Now, 40-minute webinars is pretty much sales-based, okay? The other side of that same exact coin is going to be the NSE Insider webinar. They're slightly more technical, okay, but they're still relevant even to the sales side of things. You don't need to basically be an engineer to do this, okay? They're basically a chance to learn about Fortinet solutions and how it's going in the marketplace right now against some of the things that are most critical and so on and so forth. And just like the 40 minutes, we tell you what's coming up, and then we have the on-demand. Okay, so we suggest getting in here at least once a month, take a look around, see what's coming up, see what's on demand, find the things that are relevant to you, to what you're talking about, to what your business is capable of, and attend, or review. They're very critical. The other thing that you have in here is a fast track training, okay? The fast track training are kind of like little miniature boot camps in a sense around a specific product or solution. Okay, they are a bit longer. They're not an hour. Okay, they start off pretty general and relevant to everybody, including sales, but they do end on a more technical note. Okay, and you can see some of the products here on the right-hand side. Basically, anybody who's going to talk about a specific solution, say you're interested in SD-WAN, you should be doing the fast track for SD-WAN. Okay, they're slightly technical, but it's not something that's going to get you a certification. It's not going to get you to be able to hit the ground running and be an expert in it, okay? But it gives you a really good general baseline of the product itself, okay? So definitely, once again, take some research time to come in here and look at our Fast Track program. I think I've said it enough. I'll say it again. If you have any questions around training of any sort, please reach out to Exclusive. Please reach out to your channel account managers or the partner alias, and we'll be more than happy to deep dive each individual topic. Now, the last one is the NSE training program, okay? If you hover, you click NSE training, it brings you to this. Now, the NSE training program is imperative as a partner, okay? NSE training program is our NSE certifications, okay? They're tied directly to your partner level, okay? And your partner levels are tied directly to your discount structure and access to various benefits with Fortinet, like marketing funds and so on and so forth, okay? But it goes so far beyond that, okay? Obviously, these are important, right? Here you can see the general overview of our NSE program. What I suggest for everybody is to come to this section, scroll down on the right-hand side, and you'll see a Training and Assets FAQ, and this is the NSE Partner Guidebook. If you're having trouble sleeping, this will take care of it for you, I promise you, okay? Promise. But more important is everything you need to know about NSE is right there in that guidebook, right? All 30 pages or whatever it is. Read it in sections. Again, I don't think anybody's ever read it all the way through. You fall asleep probably about page 10, but it's got everything you need. Again, if you have any questions about the NSE program, please let us know, okay? It's imperative. Let's scroll on up here. To get your NSE certifications, everything's available online. Click the NSE Institute from the partner portal, and it will log you in automatically and jump you over. Now, when you log in, you're going to have your dashboard in front of you. The dashboard is basically going to say anything that you've got completed, anything that's currently in progress, whatever the case may be, okay? What you want to do is you want to hover over here on the left-hand side and you see a library section, okay? Click on it, and it will pull up everything in the library, everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and additional courses. Now, NSE 1 basically says, do you know that there's an internet and there might be some scary stuff out there? That's pretty much it. NSE 2 talks about some of that scary stuff, phishing, whatever the case may be. Okay. Now, NSE 3 is where it starts to get a little bit better. NSE 3 starts talking about, hey, here at Fortinet, we talked about the scary part of phishing and DDoS attacks and all this other good stuff. Let's talk about the products that Fortinet has, products and solutions that Fortinet has to address all the scary stuff on the internet. This is a great starting point when you're trying to figure out about a product, okay? Not only will it give you your certification, but it teaches you about the product from a pretty high level. You know, if you're an engineer, this is good for you, but it's not going to be everything you need. But from a sales perspective, this gives you all the talk tracks that you need, whether that's because you're into analytics, you know, wireless services, authentication, so on and so forth, or FortiGate, different levels of FortiGate, entry level, high end, mid range, cloud based. If you want to know more about a product, this is probably the first place I would start, okay? Because it's going to teach you about the product, what it does, how it does it, and why it does it. The reason that's important is because if you're on the phone or you're talking to a customer about a, you know, problem that they're having, you want to be able to hear that trigger word and be like, I know that system at Fortinet that will take care of that. I know that product. I know that solution. We can fix that. So it's important that you know the product line as well. Now, NSE 4 through 8 is where it starts getting a little bit more technical. NSE 4 is our groundwork of all things. Everyone should have an NSE 4 certified employee in their company if they're selling and supporting Fortinet products. Okay. NSE 4 will teach you how to configure, install, and support our FortiGates and so much more. It's based around a FortiGate, but because of Fortinet's approach to network security, if you know how to configure a FortiGate, you know how to do about 70% of everything else. Okay. Now, the reason NSE 4 is important is not just because it teaches you how to configure, install, and support the FortiGate, that's critical, but because if you're trying to deploy a FortiGate, okay, and you can't get the configuration right or whatever the case may be, and you submit a technical ticket to our team to help, your priority is priority 5. Okay? Your priority goes behind everything because our technical team is solely focused on break fixes and RMAs and things of that nature. They're not focused on configurations. We will do our best to come get to you and help you, but just know that your priority shifts down drastically. Okay? So it's imperative that you don't try to deploy a product without, you know, knowing what you're doing, because then you're just going to frustrate your customer. There's going to be huge delays. It's not going to look good for Fortinet. It's not going to look good for you as a partner. It's just not going to go well. Okay. Now, the other part of the NSE 4 certification is 2 things. 1, you get an express routing code or an ERC code so that if you do open a technical ticket or that person that's NSE 4 certified opens a technical ticket, they will get escalated to tier 2 support almost immediately. You still have to talk to tier 1 and all this other stuff, but they're not going to ask you, did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in? You know, we're going to skip those kind of simple questions because if you're NSE 4 certified, we trust that you know what you're talking about. So you get escalated through the troubleshooting process a lot faster. Also, whoever gets NSE 4 certified, we send out free gear, okay? You get a free FortiGate 60F once you get your certification. Use it at home, use it at lab, just don't resell it. All right. All the training material that you need to pass everything is online. The testing is online for NSE 1, 2, and 3. However, NSE 4 through 8 is a proctored exam through third party, through Pearson VUE. There is a cost that is associated to that testing, but that cost is directly from Pearson VUE. You buy the test through Fortinet. We just simply validate that you've done the training material that you need in here. And then once that's done, we set you up for your test. This is done to ensure that there's no bias and there's absolute clarity in the testing process. All right? Again, please download the brochure that I suggested. It'll help you sleep, and it'll give you all the information you need. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Okay? Now, let's close some of this stuff out. Head back to the landing page. Now, again, across the top, you have lots of drop-down menus. All of them are relevant. Please take the time to get in here. If you're in the technical side of the business, please click technical. If you're in the sales and marketing, click on sales and marketing. All right. What I want to take the time to show you right here, because we are pushing up against time, is our incentive program, okay, our promotions. Under sales and marketing, you click FortiRewards incentives, okay, and this is what I talked about at the beginning, making sure that you're enrolled in the program. Otherwise, this page is going to look a little different, okay? Once you're enrolled in here, okay, this is what you're going to see. Now, we suggest getting in here about once a month because our promotions always change. I, myself, do not even know what promotions are coming and going. They don't want us to know because they don't want us to sneak the information out to you guys as partners. So get in here once a month and just check to see what's relevant to you, okay? Their promotions are constantly changing, and each one of them is going to have a flyer to learn more about the terms and conditions. If you feel that you've done something that qualifies for a promotion, it's quite simple. You submit the claim over here on the right-hand side. It goes to our team. They review it. You either get it or they tell you why it didn't qualify, and a discussion can be had around that. Again, we do not post-date any of this, so please sign up for FortiRewards sooner than later. Okay. As you submit claims and you collect more and more points, those points are reflected up here. Now, how do the points translate to you? Simple. 12,500 points is $1,250. Just drop a zero. Okay. So scroll through here once a month, see what's active. Complete the CTAP, get the points. Again, CTAP imperative. Even if you don't, the CTAP is no cost to you, and even if you don't sell anything afterwards, we're going to send you money for trying. So don't leave money on the table. All right. You pass your NSC 4, 7, and 8, 5, and 6 certifications and all this other stuff, we're going to send you money. Okay. Scroll through here, see the promotions. A big one right now for us is the trade up program. So please take the time to pay attention to that. Again, you can see more information about that on the main page. Trade up program right here. You click in it, dive in. Everything in here is for you to consume. Okay, so please get in here and click around and consume everything. You're not going to click on something and break the internet. So just please do the research. It will reflect better upon you, I assure you. All right. Now, the final thing I want to mention is because, like I said, I've shown you such a small snippet of what we can show you overall in the portal, maybe 25% of the stuff here. Okay, so across the top is getting started with Fortinet. Okay, since I couldn't show you everything, this link was created. Now, we designed this section to be sort of a roadmap across 90 days. We broke it down in what is the most logical way to absorb information and basically get started with Fortinet. Now, that being said, you're not committed to anything here. You're not committed to do 30 days first, 60 days. And then if you see something in the 90-day spot that's relevant now, click it, okay, and start doing your research. All right. While this is broke down in a way what we think makes the most sense, it may not make the most sense to you. But this section is imperative. Ton of useful information in here, okay? So hop in here, take a look around, see price list information, how to read a price list, things like that. Just spend the time in here, okay? Spend the time in here, spend the time in the portal, learn as much as you possibly can, and at the end of the day, you're not going to be expected to know everything, okay? It's just not realistic. I've been doing this for a while. I don't know everything that's in here. That's what we exist for. Reach out to Partners Alias. Reach out to your channel account manager. Reach out to Team Exclusive. We're going to make you our top priority to make sure that we're getting you the answers that you need to get you the help that you need as fast as possible. And that's it. So I am going to flip this back over.
Thank you, Greg, for the wonderful demonstration and overview. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today. At this time, I guess we'll address any questions. And Josh, do you want to take that over?
Yeah. Thank you, Greg, and thanks, Bill. So we are a little bit short on time, so unfortunately won't be able to get to all the questions today, but feel free to send them anyways, and we'll make sure to follow up with you post-webinar. So one of the first questions here is, what is our standard discounting we can expect?
I mean, I can
Yeah.
Go ahead. You want to take it, Greg?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm more than happy to answer. So, your standard discounting can fluctuate depending on your partner level, okay, which, of course, again, is tied to NSE certifications. The best thing you can do to really have a discussion about your partner level is to, again, find out who your channel account manager is and connect with them one-on-one, because not only can they tell you where you are as a partner right now, but they can tell you how to get to that next step.
Awesome. And how can I track who has NSE certifications?
Oh, that's a great question. So while the primary person who's logged in can view the overall company's NSE certifications, it can say, hey, we have 2 people that are NSE 4 certified. You can't see the individuals or the dates. So your channel account manager themselves, however, can provide a report that will show not only the names of the people, but the dates of the certifications. And the dates are important because our certifications expire every 2 years. So what I always tell my partner community is, every year on the time that you choose, whether that's January or June or whatever, but every year on the same time, request a report. Request a report that will show where you are, and that way you can say, oh, okay, John Doe has their NSC Fort certification expiring this November. Let's start getting that process underway, because you don't want to try to have it expire and then redo everything, because you have to redo all of the training again if it expires. If you have the certification and you retest, you just have to retest. Okay, so it's important to stay ahead of it.
Awesome. And how do I know who to contact? Sales rep versus channel rep versus the distribution team?
Sure. Yeah. So while everyone mentioned in this call, your channel account manager, team exclusive, everybody is always happy to help. Okay. I've never met anybody that's disgruntled on helping somebody, right? But your best bet when you're absolutely not certain, you just don't know who to go to for whatever the situation is reach out to myself and my peers, the channel account manager. Think of my team as traffic controllers at an airport, okay? We don't have all the answers. We just know where to get them. So save yourself the time of trying to ping 3 different people. Just come to us, and we'll tell you who to go to next.
Awesome. And last question, because we do have to move on. We have a few more slides. Is, am I eligible for any type of in-house or NFR gear?
Absolutely. And, this was brought up in the beginning when Exclusive mentioned it during the opening slides here. And there's very little you could do to help yourself get started more than buying yourself some internal gear, okay? We have a long list of approved products that are available. The discounting is 55% off of MSRP, but they also include 1 year of our 24/7 enterprise services. So the discount's actually closer to about 75% off. The rules to the device are quite simple. The device must not see customers' traffic, and they must not be used to generate revenue in any way, and they can't be resold for profit. So as long as those 3 rules kind of apply to your request, it's an NFR request. So, you can work directly with Exclusive and ask them, hey, what products am I eligible in regards to an NFR? You can reach out to your channel account manager. We can provide you a price list, whatever the case may be. But definitely, first thing you should be doing after getting in the partner portal and doing some research is buying some NFR gear.
Thank you, Greg. And so now we're going to go ahead and move on, and I'll pass it back to you, Bill.
Thank you. So that does conclude the Q&A portion. Please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the technical track, where one of Exclusive Network sales engineers, as well as one of the SAEs from Fortinet, will be co-presenting to provide an overview of the Fortinet Security Fabric, the Fortinet General User Interface, Fortinet Cyber Threat Assessment Program, as well as the importance of Fortinet's Network Security Expert accreditation training. Exclusive Networks contact details can be found here. Please reach out directly if you have any questions at all regarding any of the aspects we have covered today. We also have our fabulous team of sales support and technical engineers that can provide deeper dives or live demonstrations, along with a host of other solutions to any of the vendor lines that we carry in-house. And if you haven't had the opportunity to do so before now, please make sure you follow us on social media to stay up to date with all of our latest news, offerings, and updates. Thank you from all of us here at Exclusive Networks, and we hope everyone has a great day. That concludes the webinar.